hang off the roof. And last night, Will was with me and we were going to the quality. Before I have sex, I like to do something crazy. I get all wet. I jumped off a bridge at the Muskoka River, and there was a the bus called Ride the Wave, but it's freezing cold, there's no waves. Luckily I got out alive. And after that I was just too numbed, too frozen, too hypothermia to have sex anyway, so. So wet and wild. Okay.
Yeah, we did see our name up on the poster.
How old are you? Why do you gotta think about it? You gotta know. You gotta know right away. Come on. Okay, alright. I don't know if I'm old enough to know better, so alright, that's good, that's good. You're older than me, so you're gonna hear some lewd stuff, I guess, alright. I don't know if I'm the lewd comic, but somebody is. I know what's coming. I know the people that are coming, and I'll be honest, I'm the palate cleanser. I'm the light act compared to what you're about to hear, so you might have to cover your...
I did go to a yoga retreat in BC. It was Moon Lake, which is fitting for me. And I got kind of bored, and the instructor, she was always telling us what we should do about our life goals and our paths and our rebirths and all this. So I hung off a balcony. That was mine. And I landed on a rock. I thought I was a rock star. An elevator that goes up and down, like my life. All right.
I was still the client of her agency. Where's my acting gigs and commercials? I was just talking about it on my way here with Itai. It's like, I was looking for agency, but now that you mention it, oh yeah. I had an agency, right?
That's right.
Yeah, okay, so...
My partner died of a drug overdose.
Yeah. That is very inspiring. When you hang out with that, it's like that will inspire you to think, okay, I can be rich too. If she is rich, life is easy. Look at this. Look at her jumping from like 6 feet tall, like building. See that her knee is still working.
Risk management.
No, there was no management. And then the Jew, right? I hang out with Jewish friend a lot because in Canada, right? Canadian really like from my own immigrant my immigrant experience. Basically, the moment you land Canada, you are cancelled. Because you have no friend and family and co-worker, no one know you. You start over. And people ignore you because your vote doesn't matter because they know you're not going to vote. The politicians not going to acknowledge you because they know you're not going to vote. They know you have no power to even speak English. Yeah, and then the Jewish, okay. Before I go back to the Jewish, go to the Canadian first. The Canadian, they don't really look at you. They don't even like acknowledge you. They can't see you unless you are very impressive, like maybe a super artist, very rich. Then they get angry because you buy houses with all the cash and leave it empty. Then they get angry. Then they acknowledge you. Yeah. But the Jewish, they're open-minded because they think themselves they don't have a country. Israel doesn't count because a lot of them are not from Israel anyways. So they're open-minded, so a lot of my friends are Jewish. So by hanging out with them, I feel like I'm hanging out with some character from Seinfeld. You know Seinfeld, little girl? I watched the entire thing twice. Still have an accent still. People assume that if you know everything about their culture and the language, that means you automatically delete your accents. That's one thing about them. Right? They think my accent is fake. They think I am doing an impression of white people's impression of Asian people. There's pro and con to that, okay? The pro is of course the self-esteem, right? But the con is that it's harder for me to find someone, you know what I'm saying? So the list of red flag keep increasing. So they're getting so demanding, and that's why I need to have at least 2 girlfriends. So they can give each other emotional support. Because it's harder when it's just one. You know, it's a paradox. The more you have, the easier. Women always reject me based on behalf of their BFF. So she's not interested. Like they can telepathy. They have telepathy these days. Okay. So when I go to the club to get rejected by women, the bigger the group of women are, the easier I get rejected. Like you would think if the more fish in the barrel, the easier, right? But in fact, the more fish in the barrel, the more they say, "Oh, she's not interested." Yeah, that's why I play the long game by infiltrating their groups, become BFF, to slowly divide and conquer. Yeah, I have a BFF now. She doesn't know I'm not gay yet.
You can tell everyone what school you go to.
Cheeseburgers!
Okay, it's a little loud. And what's your teacher's name?
Cheeseburger.
Okay, and what's your favorite class at public school?
Cheeseburger.
All right. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the winter out. Made the water slide and brought all the rain. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Very good, thank you, Darren. Thank you, Darren. Okay. Deborah, thank you for the precious stage time. Precious stage time. Precious stage time.
My parents always wanted me to marry somebody who was successful, a pusher, you know. So I got myself a drug pusher, and he got arrested and for that kind of thing. But at that point, I wasn't going to let him into my house. Bill, he had to do no house arrest. It was live in a tent in my backyard. So he's not here tonight, and we'll miss him. I called this Deb's Comedy Den last week. He called it a garage. So we won't miss him that much. It's more like a meat locker, because this was the history of this place. It was a butcher. It was a ice cream parlor. It's been a lot of things, and it's haunted, but that was last week, Halloween. So we're good this week. The ghosts aren't here. Last week we rented a couple of hotel rooms, and I said there's no orgy, and somebody yelled out, "Boo! Boo! Boo! Boo!" I was a clown in Paris, and every day I'd wake up and I'd make myself a balloon animal for breakfast. I was one of those starving, tortured artists like Taylor Swift talks about, but no way as successful as her. But of course, tortured artists are everywhere, and I think the more successful you get, the more torture you get. But we'll just keep that on the down low. We all want to get, yes. So I'd wake up and I'd cook myself a balloon animal, and then I got a job as a clowning lady, but really it was a cleaning lady. I got it mixed up. I thought I was going to be a clown, but I was a cleaning lady. So of course I was ironing, but they didn't like my ironing too much. And I put myself in the Speed Queen, and I went round and round, and then the big clown, you know, the one with the big bat, he came out, and he chased me away, said, "You can't work here for Madame Pompadour anymore." I have a lot of family in Paris, but they choose not to know me. That's on my dad's side. On my mom's side, they're very successful. There's the Ganskis, I don't know if you heard about them, but they own a lot of Muskoka.